Zero waste is like most of startups. We didn't have a perfect, business model in mind. We didn't have, figure out earlier that where we'll go. So we started with a very small problem of, looking at e-waste in India, and found that the channel is not there. I would say that channel was there, but it was highly unorganized. Most of, this channel is maintained or destroyed by kabadi walas, and you will see, somebody from your local market would come and give you a very bad price, poor price, and take your product away. So that was our journey where we started looking into how we can set up a recycling plant into formal sector and make this a more of environment friendly recycling. So Zero Waste, if you say, it's a reverse logistics or e-commerce company, and the services we provide is, if anybody wants to sell their electronics, they can send it and sell it in 60 minutes, 60 seconds, and once it's done, you can get rid of your product within 48 hours, and you get your the cash at your home. That is what we do. So in order to explain how it works, so if let's say you want to sell your washing machine, you visit zerowaste.co.in, and there you can just tell us a couple of questions about the condition of the product, the brand, the age, the size, and you'll instantly get a quotation. That price code is generated through a very algorithm which is we have embedded in the system, and is the assured price on which Zero Waste will buy your product. So as soon as you accept that price code, we have a cycle of 48 hours where a vendor will visit your home, just cross check the product condition that you have told us, and pay you cash and pick the product up. So that's easy. This algorithm actually works on the market price. So let's take an example of air conditioner. So if you find a new air conditioner, 1.5 ton split AC from Samsung in market, the fresh one, the new one from the brand itself, let's say around 25,000. So we take it, we crawl the market with the prices which is available on either of the e-commerce companies, on the retail stores, and on any all the channels where it is available. Based on that, we apply some deductions in terms of the product after 2 years get 30% depreciation, and due to the conditional issues, or if the gas leakage is there, so the gas refilling will cost us 800 rupees. So all those deductions are added into the, or I would say they're subtracted into the price offer. So we start with 25,000, and we deduct the the issues and the depreciations, and eventually get to the 5,000 or 7,000 rupees that you'll be receiving from us. And why that? Because on top of that, somebody will refurbish and add value, and there is an acceptable re-buyback value of that product. So that guy will sell that product after refurbishing, and it will go back to a low income group area, a market where the person who is not able to purchase a new product is able to now use a AC, use a washing machine, a refrigerator, even mobile, laptop, computers, and everything. So that is how we reach to the price. So when you look at OLX or Quikr, they're more of the base difference is more of a ad platform. So when you talk about OLX and Quikr, they are classified sites where you go and put an ad of your product. You want people to bid, you want people to see the product and look forward to maybe negotiate and then see the product and buy it eventually. So this cycle, if you go through, average cycle would cost you around 15 days of your time. At Zero Waste, this doesn't happen. So Zero Waste is primarily not a C2C platform, it's a C2B platform. So Zero Waste is at the other end where we are for maintaining your convenience, we are for providing you the best service in town, and get you the transparent pricing. This industry which is led by kabadis and unorganized sector doesn't let you know the true price of the product. So with us, since the prices are published online, you don't have to worry about being tricked or being somebody is going to just rip you off on this. So that is the convenience and transparency, that confidence is what we bring on the table. So while we do have exposure in Africa and Southeast Asia, I still feel India has pretty large market by itself, and it is right time that we are managing the highly unorganized, due to, I would say, the we are on the peak of or the right side of the mobile revolution. We are able to offer services on the click of mouse or on the click tap of the app. This is the right time to be in the industry where on-demand services are there, and where we are able to make huge impact by actually doing this. We are able to help environment, we are able to help poor people who are not, the products are not accessible as of now, and a lot of social impact is there in what we do. And we believe that we are only tapping as of now 0.5% of the market, while I mean, the opportunity is huge. I mean, based on our understanding, it's $20 billion market would be by 2018. So that is what we are looking at, and not a lot of players are there as of now. We are looking for funds as of now, but till this point we have made it on our own with the help of friends and family. So we have put in our in tunes of 1 CR by ourselves, and now what we are looking as a seed fund to grow into Delhi and Mumbai cities to get to the mass. So I found it very amazing, and to all the readers who, all the watchers of the Brain Bucks, our followers, I would like to say that always start up and follow a rule of what I call the Flintstone. You create a aura, you create something which you want to do, but don't spend too much initially on getting everything right. Just go out and market. Just like Flintstones, they had the car while they pushed it by themselves inside. So just start with a minimum viable product and get out in market, and it'll change a lot of things.